This is the moment that every mixed martial arts athlete hopes will materialize. The #1 heavyweight contender making the walk for his first title fight here in the UFC.
I mean, the nerves are going crazy for this man right now. He's so nervous. Has he done everything he needs to do? Has he not left any stone unturned? He says that he has prepared. He says that his body's ready. His mind's ready. He feels physically good in the spot. He's taking on a long-reigning champion. If he's going to get this done, it's going to take something truly special.
He does not believe jitters will be a factor here tonight. He has built his career methodically to this point. We'll see if we hear the words "and new" by night's end. All right, so here he is, the undisputed UFC heavyweight champion, Tom Aspinall. He has put UK on the map, and certainly Michael Bisping and Leon Edwards deserve a lot of credit, but now the UK has a heavyweight champion, and he hasn't even arrived at his fighting prime. We heard a lot about the grappling of Tom Aspinall and just how good he was in that realm. His striking is outstanding. He's got the power to go with the speed. He moves as well with the footwork as any heavyweight on the roster. And that's really the big challenge for the opposition here tonight. Power to be sure on the other side, but how are they going to keep up with Tom Aspinall with the lateral movement, the jab, and everything else that he presents and poses on the field? All right, both fighters have entered the octagon. This massive fight is really upon us, ready to go for Anaheim at the Honda Center with one of the biggest fights of the year. Our tale of the tape for this heavyweight championship fight. To get us started, here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's time! 5 rounds for the undisputed UFC Heavyweight Championship of the world. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, presenting the challenger, Andre the Pitbull Arlovski. And now, introducing the champion, fighting out of the red corner. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting the reigning, defending, undisputed UFC Heavyweight Champion of the world, Tom Aspinall.
Herb Dean, our referee for this one.
Ready.
All right, early round action here. Perhaps Tom Aspinall could win this fight if it was just a kickboxing match, but he has got a decided grappling advantage, and most people believe eventually if this fight hits the floor in transition, Tom Aspinall will be able to find a submission.
Nice body shot.
Massive head kick. Slip to the head there by Arlovski. Oh, how good is that elbow? Shades of my man Kenny Florian landing that thing in tight, and we'll see if he goes back to the well with it later in the fight.
When you're chest to chest, you got to be a bit creative, and throwing elbows like that one will allow for you to get in the lead in the fight.
Oh, nice job getting the guard up to block that one. Oh, vintage Andre Arlovski boxing there. This is a man with more than 2 decades in the game and still learning, still has an appetite for improvement, and you can do a whole lot worse than American Top Team when it comes to elite training partners and coaches. Just over 3 minutes to go. Big left hook coming, it's blocked.
When both are prepared, these are the types of fights that we expect.
Nice punch by Arlovski.
He's got great kicks also. He needs to be throwing more kicks in this fight. He hasn't thrown many at all.
just missed with the leg kick. All right, so now we start to see some redness underneath the elbow. You got to think he's going to continue to attack the body with all of his strengths.
Well, his opponent has not done anything to deter him. He should keep doing this, keep going to the well until his opponent finds an answer. Because right now, he seems lost to it.
Well, he continues to stay busy. What do they say, DC? Punches in bunches?
Punches in bunches. He's landing them upside his opponent's head over and over again.
All right, so perhaps he's going to have to address something defensively. There is a legitimate cut around his eye.
Yeah, he got cut on the eye from that last strike. He's got to pay attention now before it gets worse.
Oh, roundhouse kick lands. Under a minute to go in the round. And there's that patented jab, well landed. And that one certainly found the target. Swing and a miss with that punch by the Pitbull. And he comes through with a big knee. All right, he engages in the single collar tie.
Look at the control of the posture as they land that knee.
Round two is next.
Stop!
All right, take a seat. Here's some water. Listen, that was an awesome round. You owned that round completely. I need you to fight smart, though. Don't get suckered into a slip.
All right, let's take a look back at some of the highlights from those previous 5 minutes, DC. And no padding, no glove on that foot.
No glove, no padding. And look at the hip action when he throws those kicks. He's not only kicking just for feel, he's really trying to damage his opponent. And as the fight goes longer, you will start to see it take an effect.
You ready to fight? You ready?
Round two underway. All right, next round is now underway. I thought there was pretty good back and forth action in the previous round.
Yes, it wasn't a firefight. It wasn't two guys throwing the kitchen sink at each other. But you did see times where they came together and you saw the skill level of these two fighters.
What a shot there. He's lucky his head's still attached to his body.
The last time I saw an uppercut like that, it was Overeem versus Ngannou. And you know they still haven't found Alistair Overeem's head.
Well, he rocked him, but he couldn't finish it.
He rocked him, he hurt him bad. He couldn't find that one shot to close the door. Could not shut the lights off. And now he's tasked with trying to find that shot again.
Aspinall's nose is bleeding now. Yes, looks as though he got cut by one of those offerings from his opponent. All right, so a nice job there defensively to raise the guard and prevent any damage.
Those hands never leave where they're supposed to be. And if you do that, most times you will block the shot that's incoming.
Need some more, guys.
Under 3 minutes to go here in round two. That is as good as it gets on the feet. His opponent in a lot of trouble now.
That was Cain Velasquez's punch of choice. Every time he lands that overhand right, he hurt people bad. And this guy has his opponent hurt very badly again.
Fight back! Fight back!
Well, why fix what's not broken? Why not go right back to that overhand here again?
What a fight. Both of these guys are trying to finish. This is a crazy high pace.
Well, I think I can smell the blood at this point in time. That canvas didn't look like that a few fights ago. Blood is flowing from that cut with every passing strike.
Every strike. And it burns. John, it burns so bad. When you get cut like that, every time a shot lands, it just burns. So this guy needs to try to find a way to not take and limit the damage he's taken to this cut. Easier said than done.
Well, it's been a wild fight thus far. Perhaps a contender for some bonus money at fight's end. These guys are going to have to dig deep. All right, well, that swelling has essentially rendered him a one-eyed fighter, and to that end, the referee has paused the action. He calls for the ringside physician.
And here comes the doctor. The doctor's going to take a look at him, check out the swelling, give him the old finger test to see if he can see his opponent in front of him and decide whether or not he can continue.
Looks as though the doctor is going to allow the fight to continue for the athlete. May want to raise the guard a little bit.
He's got to raise the guard. He's got to take some chances because he's very limited and what he can do right now with that much swelling.
All right, well, this fighter was bullish in his desire to continue, and the doctor is going to afford him that opportunity as the referee gets us back underway.
This guy's a fighter, man. This guy doesn't want to lose a fight on the stool. He wants an opportunity to go out there and go out on his shield. And that's exactly what he's getting. He's getting a chance, and as a fighter, that's all you can ask for.
And you know fans don't like doctor stoppages, so they are thrilled.
They start booing. And sometimes guys' eye is hanging off the side of his head.
That strike over the top, and now his opponent in a world of trouble.
Beautiful level change. Make him think he's going over, right over the top with that beautiful overhand. Great fight.
Round 3 next. All right, good news is the round is over. Bad news, Arlovski's eye is in rough shape. I mean, I would just probably quit, but he's not going to do that. But I would not be surprised if the ringside physician did come in and take a look at that here between rounds. All right, back to the stools we go. Offensively, a lot to like from him, but on defense, he hasn't been able to stop anything tonight.
Yeah, it's got to be the whole game, though, John. He's got to be willing and able to do everything. He's done a good job on the offensive side, but he has not defended well, and now he's dealing with that nasty cut. That cut is going to be an issue as the fight goes forward. He's got to change something.
All right, so some pretty significant adversity here, but
the biggest shot that he's landed all night.
Back to the feet. Kicked him with the jab. All right, well, that eye is officially disgusting right now. I don't know, man. If I'm a doctor, maybe I'm thinking about Arlovski's in trouble.
Beautiful job getting those hands up.
Scott trying to recover here. Arlovski's doing a nice job there. Yeah, looks a little wobbly on his feet. So no surprise to see the referee call for the ringside physician. Gonna come take a look at that damage more closely.
So much damage, J.A. This fight is done.
Well, the doctor doesn't care about your feelings. Yeah, that's the end of the fight. And again, when you talk about fighting in the future, you gotta have an athlete's health in mind. I know you hate to see it.
You know, you had an idea, right? The cut's in a bad spot. You knew there was a possibility. Unfortunate that it ends this way.
All right, so the doctor stops the action here. Too much damage sustained, particularly around that cut area. It was getting bloody up there, DC.
It was getting bloody. And as an offensive fighter, you continue to go to the same area. You continue to target that cut and try to inflict damage on your opponent. Well, by doing that, the referee said, enough. Let me get the ringside position in here. Let's see if this guy's okay. And ultimately, they made the decision to stop the fight.
All right, here's Bruce Buffer now with the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, the doctor has called a stop to this fight, declaring the winner by TKO, and still the undisputed UFC heavyweight champion of the world, Aspinall.
Well, DC, you know what it's like to be the UFC heavyweight champion. It's not the easiest belt to defend. Kind of made it look easy tonight.
I mean, that's why the belt changes so fast. Things change so quick.